Almost time for the game. National anthems are done. It's just time for the haka. Are they going to do kapua pango or are they going to do kamate? Always the question. Getting up. Hello, people. Soon. What was a good night? Yep. It's waiting for me for the second half. Coffee for the first half. Hey, hello from Auckland, buddy. Yeah, man, it's a pretty good night, isn't it? It's kamate, not kapua pango. They haven't done kapua pango for a while. I feel like they're saving that for the World Cup. And it's a pretty good night, isn't it? It's kamate, not kapua pango. They haven't done kapua pango for a while. I feel like they're saving that for the World Cup. This game's already over and won. Ooh. Not sure about that, Alejandro, but we will see, man. I've never seen a rugby game played in this stadium before. It looks pretty massive, so I'm not sure what the crowd is going to be, but it sounds pretty full. So the Higgins is excited about the midfield unit. ALB, Goodhue, Lamape. Yeah, man. It's going to be interesting to see how they go. Sonny Bill played. It sounds pretty full. So excited about the midfield unit. ALB, Goodhue, Lamape. Yeah, man. It's going to be interesting to see how they go. Sonny Bill played Mitre 10 Cup today. His team lost, but he got through the game all right. So, man, it's another question mark for the selectors. I guess South African fans are hoping the All Blacks drop this game to take the pressure off for that next game. I know some people, they don't usually root for Australia, but they would for this game. Kiwi living in Perth and not at the game feels so bad. Let's go ABs. Yeah, man, come on, what are you doing? That ground looks huge. How many does that thing seat? I'm pretty sure that's a AFL ground, right? They're usually pretty big. James O'Connor's on camera. How's that going to go? Did I watch the Black Ferns game? No, I missed it. I was having to look after the little one who's a bit restless tonight while my wife kind of had a shower and whatnot. So, and then I had to quickly set all this stuff up. So, all right, game is underway. Game has to. Be interesting to see how this game goes. Wallabies this is a game plan for the Wallabies today. They're going to run everything. They have 5 phases. Oh, they won a penalty. Okay. Against Jack Goodhue. So good start for the Wallabies. They didn't accept it. They worked it out. Game has against Jack Goodhue. So good start for the Wallabies. They didn't accept it. They worked it out. Game has just kicked off. Sean. Massive. That's true. Apiwa Mvovo says he's having to leave the Aussie commentary for this one. It's going to be a long 80 minutes. I'm on New Zealand commentary, so that's game anywhere up here in England. Surely it's on somewhere. Wallabies are attacking in the All Blacks 22. They won their own line-out ball. They've gone a couple of phases. These are attacking in the All Blacks 22. They won their own line-out ball. They've gone a couple of phases. It looks like they're going to pick and go towards that All Black try line. Off the backs, we'll see the ball anytime soon. No, I was mistaken. He gives it to Liliafano. 5 phases. They're right in front of the sticks. Trucking it up through Arnold. He's not the biggest ball runner. How much are the All Blacks going to win by today? Well, they've just won a penalty at the breakdown to stifle the Wallabies attack. So that was good, and they took the penalty pretty quickly. So they're going to have a line out just before halfway. Great channel, great shirt. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I was actually speaking to my mum today, and she knows I got a ton of rugby shirts, and I said, "What shirt should I wear today?" She said, "Well, it's New Zealand against Australia, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, you know what to do." And I said, "Yes, I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it." Waisake Naholo should have been playing. He's the man. I did see him in Mitre 10 Cup today. He scored a try, so he looked in pretty good touch. Almost 4 looked in pretty good touch. Almost 4 minutes. Only 4 minutes gone, so we'll see how they go. Their possession stats must be pretty much like 90% Wallabies at the moment. Oh, and they've got advantage. Looks like somebody was offside. All Blacks will kill this off, surely. Oh, no, it's come out. Whoa, Liliafano. Oh, man, the Wallabies had a line break, so they're inside the All Blacks 22 now, and that was advantage. And the Wallabies had a line break, so they're inside the All Blacks 22 now, and that was advantage over because they advanced so many meters, and the All Blacks have gathered a loose ball, so have hacked it and got out of jail. Man, Wallabies took their vitamins because they are firing. 5 minutes. Ribsy says, "I can't hear you in the pub." I got you on. It's a good match. Yeah, I hope so as well, bro. Hope so as well. Bowden and Moana playing again. Yes, they both are playing again. Should have worn the Namibia jersey, in my opinion. I'm waiting on a Namibia hat. So when I get the Namibia hat, I will wear the Namibia jersey. Man, another penalty. I think not releasing. Maybe Savia. So the Wallabies, yep, tackler not releasing. Wallabies have won, that must be like 3 penalties now, or at least an advantage in 2 penalties. So, Are you going to do a live stream like this for the South Africa-Argentina game? Nah, not for that one. That game's on at, I think, 7:35 here in New Zealand in the morning, and my kids will be running around. So, no, I will not do a live stream for that one. Right now it is 9:56 in the evening, so they are well in bed. Wallabies are going to take the shot at goal on 6 minutes. And, yeah, we'll see if Liliafano's boot can keep up. He kicked 100% last game, so, yeah, we'll see. I can hear some booing, so there must be a fair few Kiwis in that crowd. About time AB's miles offside. Yeah, we do flirt with the offside line. But they play a bit of quick defense in this one. Yep. He has kicked that one. So it's 3-0 to the Wallabies. It's a good reward for an intense start, I guess. Right. Whiteboard. Interesting, Barrett's doing the kickoffs instead of Moonga. 3-0 after 7 minutes. Wallabies have just won another penalty. I was too busy with my whiteboard. I didn't even see what that one was for. I guess high shot from what the ref is signaling. Cheers from Romania. Man, nice. If not, this is the second best thing. Oh, yeah, high shot on Hooper. Am I going to stream the World Cup like this? I'll do as many games as I can, I figure. It might be pretty entertaining seeing me do some of the teams which I know very little about. like Canada against Namibia, I'll be pretty. I mean, I've watched a bit of the Pacific Nations Cup to try and familiarize myself with some of those players, but yeah, I'll definitely try and do some live streams again because Japan's time zones are a few hours after New Zealand. Most of the games are on in the evening, so my kids are asleep. Live streaming is good to go. Wallabies are still on the attack in the All Blacks half. They're probably 30-odd meters out. Karevi just made a line break, but his pass hit the dirt, and the All Blacks have got the ball. Are they going to counter or are they going to exit? Because right now they've just been kicking the ball back to the Wallabies. Looks like this time they're actually going to run it. Hello from London again. Hi, Wallace. How's it going, man? All right. Eventually, Barrett chip kicks it, but doesn't really chase it. And we're back to halfway with the Wallabies on the ball. Man, like I said, the possession stats, oh, man, the Wallabies almost just threw a gift intercept pass. Oh, my God. Hodge is going down the left wing. What on earth happened there? The Wallabies threw a pass which almost got intercepted. And then there was like an offload. And suddenly Hodge is in acres of space. Looking actually kind of fast, even though I've said before that he looks a bit slow. Oh, my. Okay. Well, that wide camera angle doesn't tell me who's doing what. But, yeah, that was a good offload, and Hodge is just in acres of space. Liliafono cutout ball to O'Connor, who gathers the loose pass that was almost intercepted and just offloads it back infield towards Hodge. Hodge just puts the hammer down and goes in for the try. Man, what a start. What a start. Damn. Game on, man. Hodge. Try. I got to write notes, otherwise I'll forget for my review tomorrow. Hodge try. Liliafono cutout pass. O'Connor offload. Man, the decision to play O'Connor at 13 is looking like a pretty good one right now. It's 10-0. Wow. I'll update the whiteboard in a second. Wallabies have a small chance to win the championship. Do you think they can realistically win it? Well, I mean, they've put a good start to it. I think it would be the upset of a long time. I don't want to say the century, but it would be certainly a huge upset if the Wallabies could win the Rugby Championship, because not only do you have to pretty much get a bonus point win against the All Blacks, and then also hope that the Springboks lose to the Pumas. 10-0. Hodge on 10 minutes. Turn around, and what's happened? The Wallabies have got the ball again. Wallabies have luck in Perth. Could be right. What job do you do? I work at a university. Basically just an office job, man. To be fair, I sometimes skive off a bit and read rugby news and have a look at rugby stats, which ends up in the videos. Fortunately, my company, the university, doesn't track our internet usage, so hey, but the job is pretty busy. I don't have to do that anymore. So, yeah. Oh, okay. I've kind of gone a bit stunned mullet here, but the All Blacks on their first attacking play looked pretty dangerous. Goodhue just put a kick through, and it was Reed. Looked pretty dangerous. Goodhue just put a kick through, and it was Reed against Hooper trying to chase it, and it looks like Hooper might have batted it backwards. And I don't even think it went dead, so the All Blacks are claiming they've scored it. This game is going 100 miles an hour. And it looks like Hooper might have batted it backwards. And I don't even think it went dead. So the All Blacks are claiming they've scored it. This game is going 100 miles an hour. Right, the ref wants to check if Kieran Reid's onside because he's the guy mainly chasing the ball. Like eventually, Anton Leonard-Brown forces the ball before it goes dead, but it's what happens in the lead-up as well. What happens here. I'm a qualified architect, but now work for a construction company. By far more interesting. Fair enough, man. Day jobs can get pretty dull. Is Reid onside? He's either level or he's in front. He's certainly not behind the kicker. Man. Architect. Isn't it easier to be an architect than to work for a construction company? Don't architects just like sit around the office? One of my dad's mates is an architect, and that loaded. It looks like the ref is saying that Kieran Reid is offside. Or is he saying he's not offside? Oh, he's saying award the try. He's just checking that Leonard Brown's feet weren't in touch. So I think this is going to be a try to Leonard Brown. And they're not going to say Hooper batted it back, I guess, because he was reaching for the ball. Not in front of the kicker. No infringement. Ball was grounded. It's going to be a try. Wow. Fair bit of deliberation. Oh, my Lord. There's a lot of All Blacks fans in that crowd. That's the first All Blacks attacking play as well. That's pretty gutting for the Wallabies because they put so much pressure on. Well, Mo'unga's doing the goal kicking tonight. So Barrett's got the kickoffs. Mo'unga's got the kicks at the sticks, and he nails that no problem. It's back to a very tight scoreline. Great game so far, says Paul. You could not be more correct, sir. That is a very, very intense start to the game. And Michael Hooper's looking pretty mad with himself. Architects design car parks and drink coffee. That's what my cousin does all day. Haha. Is he loaded? Because the guy who my dad knows is definitely pretty well off. Possession at the moment, 71% Australia, 29% New Zealand. Territory, 63% Australia, 37% New Zealand. That's what just flashed up on the screen. I'm surprised the All Blacks have had that much possession. I'm surprised. I thought Reid was just offside, really close position. I'm surprised. I thought Reid was just offside, really close. I think I picked the All Blacks by, I think, more than a try, but less than 2 tries. I think I picked them by like 12. That may have been a bit overconfident of me based on how far things are going so far, but I was thinking that they would click. 10-7. Yes, it is 10 points to 7 after 15 minutes. The Wallabies have had most of the ball, so probably should be ahead by more, but the All Blacks scored with that first chance, so it's what they do. At the moment, there's not really any real attacking going on. It's a bit of kick to you, kick to me, and now the All Blacks are putting the jab through. But Hodge cleans it up, and he has some gas. No, he doesn't. He gets pulled down. Maybe it's not the gas that's the problem with Hodge, it's the acceleration. Maybe he just takes a while to really wind up because he didn't have much of a chance there, and they caught him really easily. Okay, the Wallabies have just dropped it. Oh, wow. The All Blacks are on the attack, and I think they're going to score here. Rieko Ioane has scored, I believe. The Wallabies have got their arms all up in the air to say that something was wrong. I'm assuming they're saying it was a forward pass. Man, Rieko hasn't scored for a wee while, so that'll feel good for him. Ooh, that pass might be forward. Aaron Smith's passing the ball to Rieko, who is, oh man, he is flat at best. Yeah, they're happy with it. I guess it's that camera angle. It always makes it look slightly worse than it is. Let's see what it looks like here. See where the feet are. Yeah, it doesn't look as bad from the other camera angle. As long as it's flat and back, well, it's just got to be backwards out of the hands, doesn't it? Coles was involved in the lead-up, of course. Landscape architect, and I agree. All architects go sit down and drink coffee. Also, my Mrs. Emily says hi. I think she just wants attention. Yep. As long as she's saying hi. Hopefully she's enjoying the rugby. Man, what a turnaround. The Wallabies were all over this game, and then boom, boom. Smith and Coles and lead up. Smith offload. Mo'unga has missed his conversion. All that grief people were giving Bowden about his conversions last week, saying that Mo'unga would have kicked them all. 17 minutes that try. And Goodhue is off. He looks injured. Oh, well, still only 2 points. 10 points to 12. Lamape is on. Oh, I forgot to write the first try. How many minutes was that one? 12. Forgive the handwriting, please. It is difficult to tell with those flat passes. I know. I mean, I'm an All Blacks fan, and even I questioned that second one. But sometimes the camera angle really is deceptive. Like, and that pass just looked forward from the Wallabies. In that game for South Africa against New Zealand down in Wellington, there was a camera angle which showed Beauden Barrett's foot in touch. It looked like he was touching the chalk, but when you viewed it front on, there was daylight between his foot and the touchline. So the camera angle really can make a difference. Wallabies are going 8 phases and finally getting some ball back. They need to settle things down because they've just conceded a 10-point lead already. Who scored the tries for the All Blacks? Anton Leonard-Brown, the first one, and Rieko Ioane, the second one. Goodhue has gone off injured. So Laumapi is on, which a lot of people were hoping to see. So Wallabies are gone 12 phases. They're in the All Blacks half, but still not at the 22. They're at the 10-meter line. 13 phases. Oh, what a terrible pass, and Hodge can't hold on to it. So that's all for naught. It's a knock-on. We will have a scrum. Let's go, Laumapi. Yes. This is a good chance for him, man. Like, he seems to be kind of fringish. Goodhue's still there looking pretty chilled on the sideline, so hopefully it's nothing too serious for his World Cup aspirations. All Blacks haven't had a good kicker since Carter. Yeah, we do lack that kind of 85% really consistent kicker. We might see an All Blacks Japan in the quarterfinals. That actually could happen. Scotland would like to think they'll get through, but I mean, Japan just did win the Pacific Nations Cup pretty easily, so they'll be confident for sure. She laughed out loud. Emily laughed out loud. As long as she's in a good mood, man. Happy missus, happy life. What are they looking at here? Is that just a tackle? It looks like it. Apparently Mark can't read the description. It says I can't show the game. See ya. Flick. There's a lot of black jerseys in that crowd for sure. I do know a lot of Kiwis live in Perth. Like a bunch of my co-workers went during the 2000s for that, like to work in mining. So are you going to be live for the South Africa-Argentina game? No, man, I mentioned to someone else earlier. My kids will be awake, so nah. I don't want my kids running around while I'm doing a live stream. I mean, I could ask my wife to take them out, but it's like 2 hours you got to take them out for, so nah. I'll just have the little ones running around while I try to watch the game without getting distracted. All right, back to the rugby. The All Blacks are again on the attack. 20 minutes gone, and we've knocked it on, so the Wallabies are attempting to counter. They're in their own half. South Africa, New Zealand World Cup final, or Australia to surprise again. I do feel like Australia aren't getting the credit that they perhaps deserve. Like, it wasn't that long ago that people were saying Fiji are definitely going to beat Australia. Now, I won't say that Australia are definitely going to beat Fiji. I think that could be a good game, but I don't think you can write Australia off quite that badly. Still a good team, man. They're still top 10 in the world, so on their day can beat anybody, really. Why don't people read the descriptions? I say in the description, I can't show the game. I'm not Sky Sports New Zealand or wherever, so I do not have the right to show the game. If I did show the game, Sky TV would take it down faster than you would believe. Like, if you've seen Squid's Rugby's channel, he included like 3 seconds of Sky TV's footage in some of his videos, and they killed his videos. So yeah, they don't mess around. Hodge, line break, he doesn't pass. He gets nailed, but eventually he gets a pass away. Oh, the Wallabies are in the All Blacks 22. They could definitely use a score here to get back in front. Of course, this game is kind of evened out, but they definitely had the best of the first 10 minutes. All Blacks, I guess, had the best of the second 10. What's the score now? It is still 10 points to 12. New Zealand are in front. The Wallabies have gone 5 phases. They are about 7 meters out, 10 meters out from the All Blacks try line. 8 phases. They're not putting a whole lot of guys into the breakdown, the Wallabies. They better be careful. They're going to get turned over. 10 phases. This is just pick and go stuff, so the All Blacks are mopping it up pretty easily so far. Now they go to the backs. Karevi's got... He probably needed to pass. Karevi, I think if he passed there, he probably sets up a try. But he didn't. All Blacks have got it. Not All Blacks. All Blacks have given away a penalty, so the Wallabies have got advantage. And the Wallabies have just knocked it on. You'd have to say, based on however many faces they went there, the Wallabies probably should have had a try. I think if Beale or Karevi passes that ball, it's probably try time, but they've still got a penalty to see what they do with it. Watching this in a Bahrain, Spain, surrounded by soccer fans. True, soccer season has started, so I'm not surprised. When I lived in China, I would often go to a Belgian bar, which always had the sports on, be it Formula One, football, rugby. But rugby would generally only get one TV, and you had to ask them to turn it on for you, whereas all the other TVs would be football. So that just is what it is, man. Penalty again. Shake my hand. Pass the goddamn ball. Damn it. Says Ribsy. Yes. Just a simple pass may have done there, but I guess that's sometimes easier said than done. When you did your video on what would happen in the World Cup if you score from the last time teams faced up, you can do another one before the World Cup starts. That would be interesting, I guess, to see what the new matchups would be. Like New Zealand's draw against South Africa. I don't even know who I would give that to. So, yeah, I might do like a personal predictions one before the World Cup starts, but basically just to make myself look like an idiot when it all goes differently. Right, the Wallabies decided not to go for glory. They decided to get themselves back in front. Kind of fair enough. Leali'ifano kicks his second penalty, so it is 13 points to 12, 1 point in front. Cowboy Scouts say, hey man, I'm a soccer fan too. I also enjoy a bit of football. I just don't have as much time to watch it anymore. Watching all the rugby that I do. I used to watch a wee bit more, again, kind of China connection when I first moved to China. There ain't no rugby on there, so I ended up watching soccer kind of by default. Ken Brown says, hey mate, as well. All Blacks have got the ball. And ALB is making some good meters into the Wallabies half. Oh, but the All Blacks have knocked it on. Are the Wallabies going to counterattack, or are they going to try to exit? They're going to do neither. They're going to knock it on. 28 minutes gone, so we're not that far from halftime. This game's flying by. Hey, Marius. Found a bar that's showing the game tomorrow, owned by a Welshman. Yeah, I'm not surprised. If there's rugby on, it's often going to be owned by that. I think you wrote about the... I think a lot of people have written the Wallabies off based on a perception that Cheika has got no idea what he's doing. The guy has had success in the past, so I don't think he's... Like, he maybe has a bit... Well, previously maybe had a bit too much control where he was able to select some players that perhaps shouldn't have got through. So he might not be the best selector, but he's got two others with him doing that now, so maybe that'll help balance things out. But I guess we'll see. They've still got some quality players, man. So Teki says, I love your channel. I appreciate that, bro. Very much appreciated. Any World Cup upsets you think? I think if I do like a predictions video, I'm going to have to put some upsets in there. because if you just go by favorite wins, All Blacks end up winning it, then that's going to be a bit dull. I think most World Cups generally throw up an upset or two. That France pool is going to be one to watch as well. So, yeah. Is it nearly halftime? Yeah, there's 10 minutes to go to halftime, so we're 30 minutes gone. Australia 13, New Zealand 12. There is a scrum in the Aussie half. It's the Aussie feed, and it has just gone down, so they're going to reset that one. Who do I go for? I go for the All Blacks, man. But, yeah, I just enjoy watching all the teams play, to be fair. Wasn't the Kiwi second try a forward pass? I did think it looked a bit dodgy on first viewing. I guess one angle looked a bit forward and one angle looked okay. So I guess I'll go with the officials. I'm an All Blacks fan, so what am I going to say? Do you think Sonny Bill still has a chance for the ABs at the World Cup? I think they will definitely take him. They love picking that guy. They'll do anything they can to keep him in the squad. Wallabies have just won a scrum penalty to quickly change topic. So still more encouraging signs for what they're doing. I think it was Moody that got penalised, and Moody is not having his best year, man. Moody is struggling sometimes at scrum time, and multiple people have pointed that out to me as well. So another one happens there. But yeah, from all the talk you hear from the All Blacks coaching staff, they really like what Sonny brings off the field as well. So yeah, the way he is with the guys, they think he's kind of good value, not just for what he brings on the field. I hate that backs wear that headgear. Who's wearing the headgear? I can't even say oh, is it Liliafano? He usually wears headgear, right? He's a number 10, man. He's got to keep that face looking pristine. Right. The Wallabies were on the attack just inside the All Blacks 22, but they have conceded a penalty. I think it was Rodder for his illegal clean-out. Penalties conceded as 5 to the All Blacks, 2 to the Wallabies. So discipline so far good from the Wallabies. Hi, have both teams fielded strong sides, or have either any surprise players? For the most part, these teams are both pretty strong. There's not really a B team feeling about it. There's still a bit of rotation going on, but I would say most of these guys from both sides will be at the World Cup. I mean, Pocock's missing for the Wallabies, but I'm not sure if his fitness is quite there. The All Blacks have rotated a few guys as well, but yeah, both pretty strong teams. Jake Mickey says he wears headgear because he's balding. Yeah, well, he might be. I think he definitely is balding. I'm not sure if his leukemia had anything to do with that, but either way, the guy is. I think I wears headgear. Wallabies conceded a penalty. Mo'unga has not stepped up to kick it because he's being treated by a medic at the moment. He's looking a bit tender. Bowden looks to be pointing to the sticks. No, Bowden is there. Bowden looks to be pointing to the sticks. No, Bowden is pointing. Sideline, I guess so. Yep, it would have been a long distance shot, and the All Blacks are going for the sideline instead. One thing about this ground, I guess, if you were sitting in the front row, you'd still be quite far from the action at certain points because it's an oval. It's not like a specialist rugby ground, but the seating capacity is massive. Can I take off my cap? Why? I do have hair. I'm not bald. I just need a haircut, that's all. There's a black hole under the cap. Warp into the whiteboard. Yeah, I don't think I've put any I don't think have I ever done a video with no hat on. I don't think so. Why am I talking about my hat when there's a game of rugby on? The Wallabies have taken a high ball. They're pretty much about to exit their own half. They must be like 3 or 4 Wallabies in now. They have just gone into the All Blacks half, so they're definitely getting some front foot ball, getting over the advantage line pretty well. And the All Blacks, despite playing Kane and Savia, aren't getting all that much pay at the breakdown. I think the stat earlier was the Wallabies have only conceded 2 penalties. Do I know Gareth Mason? Yeah, man. I've any like live conversation with him or anything, but I've definitely communicated with him online, and he is a top bloke. Wow. The Wallabies just kicked the ball through, and Rico Ioane had he had acres of space and miles of time to get the ball and just dot it down because it went into the end goal, but he slipped and almost made a hash of it. Oh, he slipped over and the ball just rolling back into his arms. Rolling back, ball bounces another way. That could have been a free 5-pointer for the Wallabies. Crazy stuff. England has brought back Marla. Okay, for the same kind of reasons as the All Blacks play Sonny Bill. I didn't realize that was the reason. It's funny because he made I don't know if it was a fuss, but Marla talked a lot about his reasons for wanting to get out of the international game. Didn't he talk about like intentionally getting red cards so he could get rest and stuff? And now he's signed back up, but I guess it's the allure of a World Cup, maybe. Who do you think will win the opening pool game between South Africa and New Zealand? Oh, man, that's a tough question at this point. I think both sides have... Adi Savia just won a pretty good turnover, by the way. Both sides will field pretty strong teams, and a bit of argy-bargy between Michael Hooper and Adi Savia. Hooper pulled Savia's shirt from behind, so he could be in trouble here. They are very strict about all kinds of handbags nonsense these days. I suppose he did get tackled without the ball, so maybe that's why he was annoyed. And then he got a bit of a shove in the back of the head. Handbags nonsense. Hopefully the ref just tells them to stop being twits. What's he going to do? Did I give an answer about the South Africa thing? It's going to be tight. Both games, both teams are going to... Okay, nobody's getting yellow carded, thankfully. The ref is sensible. Australia get a penalty. 37 minutes gone. That South Africa-New Zealand game is going to be massively, massively important and probably very tight. Those teams seem to know each other very well, and South Africa seem to have worked out the All Blacks to a degree. But Steve Hansen keeps talking about how that all that they're doing now is in build-up to the World Cup. So if they haven't shown their full hand yet, then maybe the All Blacks will have something up their sleeve, but it's whether you kind of buy that line or not. Chika is the only coach to win Super Rugby and a Champions Cup. Yeah, man, this is what I did talk about it in a video a long time ago, whether Chika should get the sack. And I looked at basically the fact that he's been a really successful coach. Not every place that he's gone, but he's got a pretty good pedigree. And I don't think he's become a rubbish coach overnight. But as I said earlier, I do think he struggles with some of his selections. So I think previously he kind of had all the power. And maybe that wasn't a good thing. Sometimes you need a team of people around you to help you make the right decisions in other facets of the game. Update on the game. It's 38 minutes, almost 39 minutes gone. The Wallabies are 6 phases in. They are 5 meters out from the All Blacks line, so they would desperately love to score a try here. And the All Blacks are not committing many guys to the breakdown. They are keeping their defensive line solid, and I'm assuming they will wait for when the Wallabies look weak, and they will just jump into that breakdown and try to get a turnover. What happened there? The ref just stopped the game after 10 phases. I think he's got a check from the TMO. Who do I think will win between South Africa? What happened there? The ref just stopped the game after 10 phases. I think he's got a check from the TMO. Who do I think will win between South Africa and Argentina? South Africa everything to play for. They need to win that game, I think. I don't care about the curse of the Rugby Championship. I think the Springboks need to win that game. If you blood some of the young guys, Scott Barrett may be in trouble because his arm came into contact with Michael Hooper's head. It's kind of like this area of his arm that's hit Hooper's head, so that's not going to be Jones. Okay, fair enough. As long as his wife is happy for him to be playing. I think he's going to get red. I think he's going to get red carded. I think he's going to get red. He's going to get red carded. Shoulder. Shit. Excuse my language. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Wow. Wow. Like there are some hits that you look at. Like there are some hits that you look at. I think this. Jeez, he wasn't trying to hurt anybody. He just didn't do anything very correctly. Oh man. Elbow to the head. I mean, yeah, I totally agree. That's the rules. If you hit guys in the head with your shoulder or your elbow, you're basically in deep doo-doo these days. That's the way it is. But, yeah, you've definitely seen worse than that one. Holy hell. 16-12. Oh, yeah, I need to write halftime score. Halftime. Oh, yeah, I need to write halftime score. Halftime. 16-12. Red card. Oh, man. The Namibia jersey said because they got Windhoek beer on saving because they got Windhoek beer on the front of the jersey, like the spot. People told me I need to try that beer because it's really good. So, oh, it smells nice. I kind of look at it like there's definitely worse stuff you've seen, but that's just pretty much the laws of the game nowadays. Yeah, I don't think I need a beer after that. All Blacks have got a bit of a challenge ahead of them now. Man, that smells really nice. People. Okay, that is pretty crisp. That's nice. 16-12. Yeah, 16-12 is better than a late night rugby game with a beer. Preferably no red cards. But hey, red card on Hooper. Stream is buffering. Yeah, maybe there's a bunch of New Zealanders who have suddenly gone on the internet to complain about that red card. Nice. Good one with the Windhoek. Yes. Thank you. It's pretty nice. You need a Cheetahs jersey. I do need a Cheetahs jersey. I hope at some point I will be able to properly watch the Pro 14 and potentially the Premiership as well. I just don't have the time at the moment. I'm kind of limited to the Champions Cup. At sometimes the Champions Cup and the Super Rugby actually they cross over for a short period, and man, that's a whole lot of rugby to watch. But yeah, I'll see how I can manage it. Are you drinking a Windhoek? Yes, I am drinking a Windhoek. It is Windhoek Lager. I think that's the only choice they had. So I bought it because they're in Auckland, but they're pretty far from my place, and I couldn't be. I wasn't going to drive all that way, so I just got it shipped. But yeah, that was all they had, so I just bought whatever they had. Or a Griquas jersey with that Windhoek. Yeah, I suppose that could make sense too. All Blacks show very little improvement in 3 games, says Matt. Yeah, man, this is ultimately the big question is basically, is Steve Henson to be believed or whatever when he says, like, expect us to not be 100% now. We're not aiming to be 100% now. We want to be 100% of the rugby. Yeah, it might be that he's right. It might be that the All Blacks don't show their full hand now and that they peak at the World Cup, or it could be that this is more of what we'll see. I don't know. It's kind of one to watch. You're from Windhoek and I should try Tafel Lager. Okay. I will have to have a look out for that. Is there any reason why you don't post the recorded version of these streams for people to watch after the game? I do, don't I? I'm pretty sure they're available online. Damn, if they're not, I'm doing something wrong. I'll have a look. Curry Cup is awesome. Yeah, I struggle. It's still halftime, yes. I struggle to see much Curry Cup. It is, it's on kind of now, the same as the Mitre 10 Cup here in New Zealand. I just want to look at the halftime stats because they showed some on the screen here, but it doesn't seem to be like ESPN has got Australia with 81% possession and 87% territory, which seems like a lot, but the one on the TV I've got from Sky New Zealand had it like 60-40, which seems too low. So it seems like it should be somewhere in the middle. ABs are looking out of sorts. They definitely are looking out of sorts. But again, is it part of the plan to look out of sorts now so that they can look in sorts later? I really don't know. I'm skeptical, but that's just kind of a natural thing to be a bit skeptical. But I guess if they get it right, then it doesn't matter. Owen Farrell should have a cabinet full of red cards. Could potentially be correct. All Blacks just need to get more ball, same as last week. Well, yeah, I mean, if that's to be believed, that the All Blacks have only had 19% possession compared to 81, and the scoreline is only like that, 4 points in it, more tries, then yeah, maybe the All Blacks just do need more ball and they can run away with the game. But they're a man down now, so whatever happens is going to be interesting in the next 40. 20 defenders beaten to 6, but I suppose that's all that possession. Tackling 77% with 20 to 80% with 80. All right, some good stats for the Wallabies. Wales, Italy, and Ireland are doing as well. I guess they're trying to give Cup squad has picked. Karma for picking Severis, says April. That could be right too. I was surprised with how early they picked him. I thought they would leave him kind of on good behavior for a year. Having a great game though. Yeah, actually. I mean, I was a bit critical of picking him on the wing, but he's been in a fair bit of stuff this game, so that is encouraging. I don't see New Zealand playing like this with the hope of peaking. Yeah, it's if they are like deliberately being not dominant, then they're being pretty convincing about it, aren't they? Stats catch up, red cards 0, New Zealand 1. Yes, that could be a key one as well. 40 minutes. I mean, I never like seeing red cards in games, even when it's not my team playing, because it becomes such a talking point. Like I can guarantee all the comments when I do the review video is going to be, that was an absolute red card against, no way was that a red card. And that's going to be a whole lot of the comments, which is disappointing. But I guess that's just the nature of the beast. At least it wasn't like 5 minutes that there was a red card. A few weeks ago, I'd have been prepared on the Aussies going out in the pool stages to Fiji, but not so sure now. Yeah, man. Like, I think people have been kind of underestimating the Wallabies. I do think that they will pick a better team with, is it Scott Johnson and who's there? It's a 3-person selection panel now, which makes more sense because when it's a 1-person selection panel, you do have blind spots. And like you look at, I mean, Ned Hannigan, to me, probably shouldn't have been playing for the Wallabies. I don't think an international level player. But Cheika liked him. So, yeah, hopefully that kind of stuff gets cut. No, I'm not going to be live streaming the one tomorrow morning, as I said before, just because my kids will be up and they are, they're 3.5 and 1 in a couple of months, so they're pretty loud and hard to control. So, yeah. Australia's major problem is playing 100% for the full 80 minutes. Yeah, that actually is a good point. And Cheika has in the past had a lot of kind of harsh words for the Australian Super Rugby coaches to basically say, when you guys send me these players for Wallabies duty, they're not fit. And he's been trying to work on that with them to get them all aligned to make sure the guys have the fitness levels that they needed. I guess we will see if that that kind of effort pays off, but it's definitely been a problem historically. Write the red card on the board. Okay, I only brought one color marker. What minute was it? Like 30, 39? Scott Barrett. Red card. Man, that's terrible handwriting. Reaching across. Get red carded. Kind of a elbow to the head of Hooper. Liner and Fitzy both adamant not a red card, but Fitzy wouldn't give a red card if he had machine gunned him. Yeah, that's probably true. It's interesting as well, depending on the generation of players that comment on that kind of thing, because in the comments, like realistically, that is just what happens these days. Second half has just started, by the way. Game has just kicked off. So the All Blacks 4 points behind and 1 man down. What can they do? I saw someone just say that we will run away with it in 15 minutes, in the final 15 minutes. But, yeah, we'll see if that's a thing in this game. Sometimes teams with the man advantage kind of choke. So the Wallabies have been big underdogs for this game. And now that they go into halftime with a lead and a man extra, 5 phases attacking in the All Blacks half, but just outside the 22. Cotabedi is having a pretty decent game as well. Yeah, you guys are talking about some of the northern teams having the warm-ups as well. Ireland is going to be an interesting one to watch because they were a bit lackluster in the Six Nations, to be fair, based on what we'd seen from them recently. Wallabies are still going, by the way, 9 phases. But I kind of like to think that Joe Schmidt's seen what happened to his team in the Six Nations and has worked out kind of a plan B or an adaptation to get the guys back on song. I think it's better for them to lose the Six Nations and realize that teams are starting to figure them out then than at the World Cup. The Wallabies are if the Wallabies score here, I think they're held up. That's got to be held up. Wallabies go and it's held up. James O'Connor has impressed so far. Yes, he has. Definitely. Can I show you the TV? Unfortunately, bro, no, I cannot. I don't have the rights to it. It's Sky's New Zealand feed I'm watching, and they are very, very protective of their product. The TMO is going to have a look to see if Ala Alatoa has scored here, by the way. Or is it Sio? You can't see the ball forced there, so I can't see that being a try. I didn't actually hear if he said on-field try or not. Scott Barrett got a red card for a shot to the head of Michael Hooper, which was kind of his elbowy arm area. Arm shot to the head. Wasn't intentional, but it was careless. I've eaten frogs. I've eaten frog, man. I've eaten frog in China. I've eaten all kinds of stuff there. On-field decision if held up is reinforced by the TMO, so we'll keep at it 42 minutes. Halftime is over. We are 2 minutes in, 3 minutes in almost into the second half. My fear is Ireland do the same thing for the World Cup and don't change at all. If they don't change at all, I think they could be in trouble. And that's where Steve Hansen's logic kind of comes in, that they know they've had trouble with the rush defense because teams have kind of figured them out a bit. So he's trying to adapt them, but not adapt so early that people look at his new plan and figure it out. So it seems like he's trying to leave it last minute to get right, to absolutely peak at the World Cup. If they can do that, then all power to them, I guess. Jake says Hooper is super ugly anyway, no harm done there. My wife doesn't like Michael Hooper's too close together. What can I say? What is your opinion about French refs for the World Cup? Just never liked them. We do have an unusual amount of issues with French refs here in New Zealand, but I'm not sure if that's just we don't adapt enough to the way that they play, or if that they are genuinely doing stuff that's wrong. Probably a bit of both. So, yeah, there was a high amount of those in. So New Zealand defense has gotten much tight, held up, 14 men, held up 15. Yeah, man, they're going to have to be on song. down, so the Wallabies have got to use it. All Blacks slowed the ball down pretty well. So we'll see if the Wallabies can find some space out wide with the extra man. So they'll get a free shot. Rodder's going nowhere. Hold your mug by the handle. It's bugging me. What was I doing before? Sorry. Was I just holding it by the glass? Oops. There we go. Wallabies are 6 phases, but they're going backwards even with the extra man. Ref's got to blow this advantage up eventually. They've gone 8 phases. Hello, I'm from Russia. I love your channel. Awesome, man. Oh. The Wallabies have just scored. That's Salakai Lotto. I'm so glad to have a Russian viewer. I need inside big enough. With no number 10, it's going to be big enough there. Man. Game on. Second half. Arnold with the pass. He juggled it. About as ugly as the All Blacks try in the first try in the game. Yep, that wasn't a thing of beauty, but it's still 5 points nonetheless. Could be 7. This will give the Aussies confidence, even against 14. The key thing here kind of goes back to what I was mentioning before: is the Aussies need to keep playing. Like mentally, they can't switch off, because that's when the All Blacks hunt you down, and it makes you insecure if they start doing that. So. Yeah. Should have played in the World Cup. Wasn't Romania the Spain or Belgium? The conversion has hit the post. So it's an unconverted try. 46 minutes, that try. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm lazy. (21-12). Run it at the All Blacks. Again. Nick White's going to score. Oh my! Is the ref going to check something there? The ref is going to. Whoa. Same with Belgium with Spain. Try again. Right. Karevi is down the touchline. He looks to be in. He's in. He's still in. Still in. He's busting tackles like mad. There's one last tackle that might be out, but they didn't slow it down enough, so I can't see. It's Aaron Smith. He beats, and then he beats Bodie. Patton's Bodie. Man, Karevi is. Bodie, he just puts Bowden down, man. Bowden, bam. This last one from, is that? It's Laumapi, I think. It's in slow motion, so it's kind of blurry. But he got the pass off before he was in touch. That's a try, man. That's a try. Not in touch. Oh, man. That was 46 minutes. This is like 48 minutes. White, try. Karevi tackle busts. Times like 3. Man, oh my God, what is happening to New Zealand? All Blacks getting smashed. Who's seen this coming? I picked the All Blacks with like 12 points. The All Blacks can come back from this, but they're a man down and they're horrendously behind on the scoreboard. And Karevi is just putting people down like mental. Oh, man. (26-12). Liliafano is lining up the conversion. He's missed it again. How are these kicks? What is happening? Wales could go top today. That's true. Top of the world rankings. 26-12. We've had virtually all the ball. If New Zealand come back and win this, that's going to be devastating to the Wallabies. But at the moment, that is looking miles from what's going to happen. What is happening? Says Liam. I don't know, man. The All Blacks are a man down, and the Wallabies have just got all the ball. Karevi is tearing things up. Rory Arnold looks hurt, which is not good news for the Wallabies. What is happening? Says the Great Sky Lizard. I also do not know. I don't know. Oh, this is looking good for the Box. Potentially all they need to do is get a win or a draw. Yes, Wales are number 1. Potentially, man. Potentially. Wales fans will be happy. A lot of Wales fans said to me that they didn't want to get number 1 this way. They wanted to get number 1 via a win. But what happens if Wales lose to England? 1. Potentially, man. Potentially. Wales fans will be happy. A lot of Wales fans said to me that they didn't want to get number 1 this way. They wanted to get number 1 via a win. But what happens if Wales fans will be happy? A lot of Wales fans said to me that they didn't want to get number 1 this way. They wanted to get number 1 via a win. But what happens if Wales lose to England? Are they only going to be 1 for a short time if that happens? Somebody punch that into one of the calculators. Will you be watching the Box? I will be watching the Box, but I will not be live streaming the Box because it's on in the morning. Running right. Make a comeback with a man down and Wallabies back. But even this one seems difficult, like next level difficult. The fact that it's a man down, yeah. How much longer is left in the game? We are at 51 minutes at the moment. Come on, live stream the Box. I'll be live streaming my children if I do that, bro. Can the Box do it and go win some silverware? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Box handle that. Like if the All Blacks win and got a win here and they knew they had to go and get a bonus point win, would that make the Box lift their game? Whereas if the All Blacks lose here, will that make the Box take their foot off the gas? I don't know. What is going on? I never expected the score. Nobody, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see what the Super Brew picks turn out, but I don't think many people expected the score. That being said, the All Blacks have only had a couple of opportunities and they've scored a couple of tries, so they could still score. It just seems a wee way away at the moment. Technically, world rankings are updated around midday Monday, so Wales will only be top after the England versus Wales match tomorrow. Am I right in assuming if England also, if the All Blacks, does that keep Wales at number 2? Does that mean New Zealand fans will all start supporting England? Because yeah, you're right. The world rankings always have a Monday date on them. So the All Blacks have finally got some ball here. 53 minutes is pretty much their first ball of the second half. I thought they were out, but they are still in the field of play. How much more time? We're at 53 minutes, so there's still lots of time to play. Barrett almost went into some space, but it closed. Some of the Aussie guys are looking a bit tired, which is surprising, seeing as they haven't had to make that many tackles. It was one of the locks. It might have been Arnold, who was taking a long time to get up. All Blacks have gone 13 phases. They are now in the Wallaby 22. Oh, there was no support run. Otherwise, the All Blacks might have scored. 15 phases. If the All Blacks score here, then it's kind of back to being game. Left and then right. Ben Smith's having to cut back in field because there's no space out wide. Space. Wow. Beauden Barrett just scored a try with very, very little space in Mo'unga to Barrett. He cuts inside. Salakai Aloto can't follow him, and he just cuts straight through. The commentators here in New Zealand are saying this is an amazing comeback. Wow, I'm not sure if it's an amazing comeback yet, but it's a good start. But yeah, that's game on, man. We're back to within striking distance after that one try, so yep. $14, they will still attack. Uh-oh, my connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. Interesting that after the All Blacks red card, my connection went. I'm not sure how many times the All Blacks have had the ball, but it feels like they've scored from every time they've had it. So, yeah. Can't watch the rugby in Switzerland. That's not fair, man. Come on. Somebody's got to have it. Some channel's got to have this game on. I'm sorry I can't show you the game. Aussie commentators have always been cocky blokes. Well, to be fair, after that try scored, the New Zealand commentators are kind of getting a wee bit ahead of themselves. Like, we're still behind and we're still a man down, but they are sounding exceptionally confident at the moment. Wallabies have just knocked the ball on. No rugby in Switzerland. Damn, man, I don't know what to do with rugby. Yeah, you'd think it'd be broadcast most places. I mean, you can always use VPN trickery to get a stream somewhere, surely. Surely. Oh, relaxing noob. We all know the truth. We all know the truth. I mean, come on. Russia will win the World Cup and make us all look like fools. Vladimir Putin may have some secret plan up his sleeve. I will be wearing the Russian gear for a long time. If the Russians can do that, Mr. Relaxing Noob, but I thank you for your super chat. That is much appreciated. I'm interested to see how the Russians go. I do not know a whole lot about the Russian team, to be honest. I am preparing a video on how many fans all the teams have got. So the Russians are not last, I'll put it that way. And what beer is that? That is the Windhoek from Namibia. Windhoek Lager, not draft, lager. We're almost at 60 minutes, guys. 59 minutes, and the All Blacks are on the attack in the Wallabies half. If they score here, I expect the Wallabies' heads to go down. Watch Squidge Rugby. I do, bro. I do. He is both funny and like smart with rugby analysis. He must watch the games multiple times. Either that or he's just got a really good eye for it, because I miss some of the stuff that he says for sure. Oh, the Aussies just put a big hit on Moong. I think it was Coleman. And they've turned it over, which is much needed because, as I said, most of the times the All Blacks have been down the Wallabies' end, they've scored, but not this time. Only chance Russia have is if Putin is in charge of the drug testing. Oh, yeah, okay. There has been controversy with that before. Hopefully all the rugby players are clean athletes. We do have that every now and again in New Zealand, guys getting picked up for drugs, but it's never the top guys. It's always some low-level players that get picked up for it. All Blacks have given away a penalty for not rolling away. We're on 60 minutes. The Wallabies will surely boot this down into the All Blacks half. Owen from Squidge Rugby is really good, but he can't speak French to save his life. I also cannot speak French to save my life, so we have that in common. Man, the internet is slow tonight. Wallabies are on attack. First time watching your videos and you're very calm. I'm usually screening you. See, how do you do this? Yeah, I don't know, man. Oh man, the Wallabies are going close. I think it's because my dad always screams at the TV, so I kind of grew up with him just losing his mind at the games, and I was like, no, I don't want to be like that guy. So I try to keep a bit calmer. But yeah, I do remember watching 2011 World Cup final. Oh, the Wallabies have just. They needed that. Boy, did they need that. That's Korobidi. What the hell is he doing under the six? They well. Oh. Oh. Korobidi. 62 minutes. Wow. Anybody think New Zealand's going to come back from here? $33.19. It is 63 minutes. Ribsy. Holy crap, $14.99 Australian. You must be in a good mood with what's going on in this game. Maybe you're trying to make me feel a bit better. Phone Dead Best Rugby Community Ever. See you on Patreon. Bro, I really appreciate it a bit better. Phone Dead Best Rugby Community Ever. See you on Patreon. Bro, I really appreciate the support. I hope you're enjoying the Wallabies doing a very good job, Ribsy, because Even before the red card, the Wallabies had been putting in a very good shift. So, oh my God, Beale's just intercepted the ball. Oh, they've knocked it on. Good Lord. But yes, the Wallabies are in. They were playing really well in that first half. The stats showed it. The halftime stats are ridiculous. So the All Blacks have probably had 20 good minutes, and the rest has been all the Wallabies. Damn you, All Blacks. I had a bet on I only needed you to win for £500. That's the thing about the All Blacks is sometimes they will not win. Left. We are at 64 minutes. The All Blacks need some points. They are a man down. They've had Scott Barrett red carded for a high shot on Michael Hooper. Big ask for the ABs to win this one. Man, if they can win this one, that would be a comeback for the ages, but it is not looking likely. That being said, Barrett is trying to run loose from all the Wallabies defenders, but he can't get it done. Box to win tonight. Pressure is off the box if the results to stay the way it is. They just need to go and just play professionally, and they should be good to go. I'm struggling for words here. Trying to keep a stream watching the game, and Welshmate on WhatsApp telling me Wells told him if they are, he has to do a dozen oysters because he hates oysters. A dozen oysters, man. Those things are supposed to make you randy, so having a dozen of them could be an interesting watch. Is this Australia being good or the All Blacks being poor? I think the Aussies definitely have lifted their game, and the All Blacks, they've been sharp when they've had the ball, but they just haven't had any ball, and it's not made any easier by the fact that they got a man in the, well, it's not in the bin, but a man off. All teams have a bad game from time to time. I'm sure Steve Hansen would take losing to the Wallabies now ahead of losing to the Wallabies or anybody at the World Cup. That's for sure. So, yeah, perhaps there's a reason that none of the Southern Hemisphere teams have gone from a Rugby Championship or Tri-Nations title to win the comp, because maybe you need that loss. But maybe then again, Ireland needed that loss in the Six Nations. Who knows? Maybe Wales are going to do it with their winning run that they're on. Who really knows, man? It's looking very open at the moment. 67 minutes, 33-19 to the Wallabies. New Zealand with a red card since just before halftime. All Blacks got the ball, but they're on halfway. I don't mind paying for the oysters to watch him puke after the game tomorrow. As long as you get that value for money, man. I just remember going to a buffet restaurant with a friend. Well, as a student, actually, we were all students, and we got taken to a buffet restaurant. My mate went bananas on the oysters, and yeah, he was in a funky mindset for a little while. And I don't think too many oysters is good for your body. Anyway. I was about to say that the Wallabies are starting to take their foot off the gas because they just keep kicking the ball back to the All Blacks. And then Beale just ran it out of his own 22, and now they were in the All Blacks half, but then they've knocked it on. That's what they need to do, man. They can't switch off. They just need to keep running at them. They got the extra man. Why kick the ball to the All Blacks and give them a chance to run back at you? Who's the ref? It's Garces, I think, from France. I don't have Sky Sports to watch this game for the first time in a long time. I think the Northern Hemisphere top 3 teams are truly better than the Southern Hemisphere. The All Blacks do not look sharp, and they haven't looked sharp this Rugby Championship at all. But as I mentioned earlier, Steve Hansen has basically just said he doesn't care as long as they get it right for the World Cup. I can hear my daughter crying. She must know that the All Blacks are staring down the barrel of defeat. Guinea has come on for white, and the Wallabies are attacking. They are like a meter out. They've got advantage. Tamua passes it. O'Connor to Hodge. Hodge has got a double. This is becoming a hiding. If they convert... Why did I live stream this game again? Why did I bother doing that? Far out. Oh, my Lord. The All Blacks are getting done. Red card or no, they're getting done. Beer is right. Oh, my. Justin Marshall said, how do you stop this machine of yellow? I think you got to call them gold, man. You can't call them yellow. Oh, man. Up, shoot up. Marius, yes. Can you give us this shit? Seriously, APs, what the hell? I'm used to this being the other way around, man. And we tend, if he kicks this will be 40. Straight down the middle. I think I need to give Hodge a bit more space because he's got 2 tries now. Hodge on 10 and like 69. Oh, but I turned my back to right on the whiteboard and the All Blacks have just scored a try. It's Lamape. My daughter is going absolutely ballistic in the background. I don't know if she's appearing on the, if you can hear her on the phone. Lamape, I didn't even see it. All Blacks have taken the conversion very quickly. From the kickoff, Kieran taps it back, and Lamape just goes straight through. That is soft. 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 First time. Oh, I'm missing my notes, man. I'm struggling to keep up. This game's been crazy. This game has been crazy. My last note was Corabetes try. Hodge has got one since then. Lamape's got one since then. And kickoff. "72 minutes gone. 40 points to 26. New Zealand are still in it. Oh. They need 2 tries in 7 minutes. You wouldn't say that's impossible for the All Blacks, and that would to get a draw. They got advantage. The All Blacks have got advantage. That pass looked loopy. 2 converted tries for a draw. Exactly right. 2 converted tries for a draw. The All Blacks had a penalty and reads like the hell that I'm just tapping it. We're not going for any kick for territory or for line out. You got 7 minutes. There's time to go for the lineup. You'll make it 30, 40 meters down the field for free. I don't know. Now the All Blacks are trying to run it out their own half. And the Aussie defense is holding. Lamape puts a chip through, and Korobi just smothers that up. So the Wallabies have got the ball back. This is good from the Wallabies. They're not just letting the All Blacks have the ball, but the All Blacks have got the ball back in their own half. They're like 10 meters out from their own line, and the All Blacks are just going to run everything from here. Savia has got a big line break. He's showing some gas. They eventually tackle him, and Taylor has knocked it on, I think. Wallabies got the ball back. Just remember they played one man down from a half with a yellow or the red card. Yeah, they have played 40 minutes with a red, but the Wallabies were still in front before that. But again, tomorrow, no doubt. 5 minutes to go. All Blacks need 2 tries, both converted. Nonu needs a call up. We'll see how good Hugh goes because he went off pretty early. He might be injured. Guinea just chips it over. The All Blacks have got to run it from their own 22. Guinea has knocked it on from a little chip, so we will have a scrum. It's pretty much 76 minutes. The scrum will eat at least a minute or 2. What if South Africa lose 2? How many tries is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no bonus point. Whoa. What is the current totals? Australia were on 4 points, right? 5, 6, 7. They'll be on 8. Isn't South Africa on 7? It'll depend if South Africa get a losing bonus point or not. Think that red will harm Scott Barrett's chances of making the World Cup squad? I don't think so. I think he still plays. It might affect him if Brodie Retallick comes back like for the quarterfinals from his injury and they're deciding who to play. But I still think he makes the squad. Wilson's his head. I didn't even know you were streaming. Yeah, sorry. I got the stream up really last minute. I did briefly mention it in the preview, but I didn't get it set up early enough to get like any wait time. Alternative rugby. I don't know, man. I don't know if I haven't heard of alternative rugby. Was that a YouTube channel or a podcast? 3 minutes to go. The All Blacks are still in their own half. They need 2 converted tries. They're going backwards. Anton Leonard-Brown just got smashed by Coleman. Coleman has come on and made some pretty good tackles. All the pressure is on the All Blacks right now, but if they can score a try before the full-time hooter and they get one more crack, then all the pressure goes on Australia to hold them out. Did they drop the ball there for a knock-on? Yes, they did. Both sides knocked it. Yeah, I don't think it's realistically doable either. 40 points to 26 should be how it finishes. Damn, guys. It's a hell of a result. I mean, Good job, Australia. I'm surprised. Not if it's a surprise they won, but it's the margin. Even with the red card, for the Wallabies to get 40 points is huge. The scrum's gone down. There's a minute and a half to go. The Wallabies have got the ball in the All Blacks half. They're playing quick ball. They're not trying to slow the game down. They are still attacking. Beale's going down the wing. Quick ball again for Guinea. They go back the other way. Hodge offloads. Coleman offloads. Luke Jones is on as well. Oh, they've scored. Beale. I really want to say the F word. Far out. Oh, my God. Oh. I'm so glad Australia just kept attacking there because, like, with that lead, most teams just slow the ball down and just kill off the minute and a half. But Australia were just going quick ball, holy crap. Damn. Louis saying the F word for me, yeah, for sure. This is good for you, man. So New Zealand's had a very marginal win over the Pumas, a draw with South Africa, and now a massive loss to Australia. Beale. It's 47-26. 47-26. I am very keen to see because far out. What a result. I'm kind of happy for the people of Perth that came out for the game. They got to see that because that is a hell of a spectacle. That's the kind of game you go to and you do go into that game. Far out. And yeah, 14 men for half the game is still not. So my internet has slowed down once again. I have a feeling there's a bunch of New Zealanders on the internet right now pouring out a bunch of frustration. Damn. Good game, Australia, indeed. Good game. And that makes the next Bledisloe match so much more interesting as well. So the Wallabies could potentially take the Bledisloe Cup. We will see. Good game. Thank you guys who joined me for the game. It was a pretty crazy one to watch together. I didn't see that coming. I picked the All Blacks by 12, I think. What a result. The Wallabies played super well. And hopefully the All Blacks take some lessons from that because, they were sharp at times, but ultimately they got a bit of a hiding. So, Yep. You guys enjoy the rest of your night or your morning, wherever you are. I'm going to head off and get ready for bed because I got to get up early to watch more rugby tomorrow. So I'll do a review of this game tomorrow, how that's going to go. See, but yeah, thanks you guys for joining for the live stream. That was pretty epic. So yeah, good game, Wallabies. Springboks can do tomorrow, and whether they can take their Rugby Championship. But yeah, for thanking me for the stream, it definitely was a bit of fun. Yeah, I'm pretty glad I got to share that with you, even though that was pretty painful as an All Blacks fan. That's still a hell of a result. Very good for them. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. I will see you guys next time. Yes, that was domination. I'm not used to seeing that, but as I said, good for the game. I'll take that. All right, guys. Yeah, talk to you again.